Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's so good to be here. I'm back today with another reaction. I'm going to be checking out 11 common things that don't exist outside the US. I'm actually excited and anxious to know what are those things. So without further talking, let's dive into it.
Chocolate chip cookies, dental floss, traffic lights, all great American inventions. These things originated in America but are now all over the world. But if you think that everything American is in every other country, then you'd be wrong. There are some things you just don't see outside of the USA. I'm Charlie and today we're going to look at 11 common things that don't exist outside the USA.
Never been to the US,
into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have medical and lawyer ads. If you're not from the USA but have gone to visit, I'm sure you switched on the TV and heard this phrase. Ask your doctor if this product is right for you. And then, most likely, a big list of scary warnings and side effects. This is something that only happens in America and it's advertising for medical products. Outside the USA, it's weird to see commercials for medical related things. Most people would just go to their doctor and get what their doctor suggests. But in the USA, it's common to see medical things advertised as if they were any other product. But medical ads aren't the only odd advertising you'll see in the USA. Another thing you'll
Okay, I really don't know. I'm from Nigeria and somehow I'm kind of thinking while he was talking, I was thinking, okay, have I seen any medical kind of ads on television over there in Nigeria? Yes, I might have seen one or two, but that's like almost very rare, not all the time, very, not as, as other things, as other ads would be, just maybe once in a while that I kind of see like ads of, some medical stuff. So this is interesting to know. So I'm going to be comparing with my country to see if they happen elsewhere other than the US. So let's keep going.
Often see as adverts for lawyers. I'm not talking about Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad. Believe it or not, that's not just in TV shows.
Yeah, I don't
in the
think
USA,
I've seen
lawyers
this.
really do advertise on TV.
I haven't.
Did you know that 60% of the world's lawyers reside in the USA? And the USA is said to be the most litigious country in the world. This means the most lawsuits come from inside the USA.
Okay,
Next up is
interesting. I've never seen any.
When you think of cheese, you probably think France. Luxurious French cheese is a staple of fine dining around the world. But the USA has a different kind of dairy-based delicacy. That is spray cheese. Cheese is eaten a lot in the USA. In fact, the USA is the world's largest consumer of cheese. But America also loves convenience, and that's why cheese can be bought in a can in the USA.
Oh, that's amazing.
Spray cheese is actually only 51% cheese.
Okay, I've been living here in the UK for some time now. I've not seen spray cheese really and back in Nigeria, it's like I've never seen. And cheese, yeah, I've seen cheese, but I'm not really like a big fan of cheese. I don't really, eat cheese, but I think I've seen lots of cheese, but never seen spray cheese here in the UK. I don't know, maybe somewhere, but I've never seen. It's interesting.
By law, to call a product what it is, it must be at least half that product. So that's why it's only 51% cheese, not a percentage higher. The other 49% is flavorings, protein, and ingredients. Spray cheese has been big in the USA since the 1960s. And it's even sold in various flavors. For example, cheddar, bacon, and even American flavor. I wonder what that is.
American flavor, yeah, I wonder.
Next up is garbage disposals.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen in movies and TV shows how Americans throw their food scraps into the sink. You may think, what happens to them? Do they just sit there? Well, no, they go into what's called a garbage disposal. These things actually only exist in the USA. In other countries, food scraps would be put in the kitchen bin.
Exactly.
But why is it that only in America do they use garbage disposals? Well, the reason why is because in many other countries, it's banned. This is because it's not very environmentally friendly. That's because all of the food is mixed in with the general water waste. This then at some point must be filtered out. So it wastes a lot of energy, but it is convenient.
I see.
Next up is college sports. Every country loves sports, whether it's cricket in India, football in Spain, or baseball in the USA. But only in the USA are they obsessed with college sports. Every country loves professional sport leagues, and the USA is no exception. But one thing that's different about the USA is that they love college sports as much as regular professional sports.
Yeah, I remember recently I checked American football, and I remember some people asking me to check out the college sports. College, you know, like I'm like, okay, college also have like their sport different from their, you know, like the adult, or how do I call it, like the professional, you know, team. So this is actually interesting. I've not heard anything about that over here where I live. I'm back home in Nigeria. I never really heard anything about college sports, you know, like in America. Good to know.
No other country gets behind colleges as much as the USA does. If you ask people in other countries if they can name a college team of any other sport, chances are they can't.
I don't know.
In other
either.
countries, college sports are not broadcast on TV.
Yeah,
and they also don't make any money at all, as opposed to the millions made in US college sports.
That's
in
crazy.
the USA, college football brings in thousands of spectators to fill up stadiums.
Wow.
But in other countries, college football games
so
are lucky
big.
if they even get the friends and family of the people involved watching. Also, the biggest stadiums in the USA are pretty much all college football stadiums.
Are you kidding
Out of
me?
the top 15 biggest stadiums in the USA, all 15 are college football stadiums.
That's
the largest
amazing.
of which being the Michigan Stadium, which can hold over 100,000 fans.
Wow.
Next up is white teeth. Have you ever wondered why all Americans seem to have great white teeth? It seems for some reason people in the USA are obsessed with getting the perfect teeth. And by
Really?
perfect, I mean white and straight. Americans actually spend more money than any other country to make sure their teeth are white and straight. But despite all the money that's spent on getting white and straight teeth, that does not necessarily mean they're more healthy. For example, the British are often mocked for their bad teeth. But according to a Harvard University study, British teeth are actually more healthy than American teeth.
Oh, really?
Trust me, not all Brits look like Austin Powers. One reason why this may be is because in the UK, under 18s can get braces for free. However, in America, they're very expensive, and there's a good reason for that. According to a study by New York Mag, in the USA, good teeth can be the difference between getting a second date and not. Apparently, 38% of Americans will turn someone down for a second date if they have bad teeth. And 60% of Americans say they perceive someone as smarter if they have straight white teeth.
Interesting.
Next up is Black Friday. If you're not from the USA, you may not understand why everyone goes so crazy on this day every single year.
I used to
Black
wonder.
Friday is the name given to the day after Thanksgiving, which is another American holiday. The term Black Friday came about because of the amount of accidents and sometimes even violence shoppers create. People go crazy for all the deals in the stores, and sometimes there are riots just to get into a shop. Black Friday has expanded to other countries, for example the UK, but videos of Black Friday in other countries have gone viral for different reasons. That's because no one really cares about Black Friday in other countries, and shops often only get 1 or 2 extra visitors than on a normal day. Billions of dollars are spent in the USA every time Black Friday rolls around, but it seems the rest of the world just isn't into it.
Maybe.
Next up is solo cups. If you're American, this may come as a surprise, but red solo cups are seen as a very American thing. In movies and TV shows, everyone drinks out of them at parties. And many tourists actually bring back a red solo cup to their own countries when going to America. That's because it's seen as a piece of American iconography, although many Americans don't realize this. In other countries, people simply drink from beer bottles or glasses, but in the USA, they use red plastic solo cups.
Okay.
Next up is free refills. When I was dining in the USA once, a waiter came up to me and said, "Would you like me to refill your drink?" I said no because the drink was kind of expensive, and they looked at me like I was crazy. That's because it is typical in any American restaurant to have a free refill. In other countries, you'd need to pay if you wanted extra.
Oh my god, that's amazing actually. Okay, I'm hearing that for the first time because I don't think they do that over here in the UK, and back where I come from in Nigeria, it's never done. You want to refill, that's going to be like a fresh, new extra money you're going to be adding to that. So this is so cool.
Extra drink, but not in the USA. In other countries, if you pay for one drink, that's what you get. And many Europeans say that they find it very weird when they go to the USA and their glass gets refilled even if they don't ask. But personally, I love it. I'm never going to turn down a free drink.
I won't either.
And finally on the list, we have flags. Every country has their flag, but no one shows off their flag more than the USA. If you drive around the USA, it's common to see people flying the American flag on their homes.
That's true.
Also, many buildings, schools, and businesses will have an American flag. This is something you don't see in any other country.
I mean, yeah, matter of fact, I've never been to America, but I know I've watched some American movies, and I see like the flags, you know, like in lots of houses, people just, you know, put flags. And sometimes I ask myself, why are the flags always, you know, like on houses, like private residence and all that? And I just like, okay, maybe in my head, I kind of feel like, okay, maybe it's like veterans that just want to show that, okay, I was in the, you know, in the military or something. Just my little thoughts, but this is actually very interesting. Even on churches, in churches you see the flags and everywhere. So it's really good to know. I've never really noticed much of it here, but I see like few houses do that over here in the UK. But over in Nigeria, I've never seen. I think flags are mainly like in schools. It's like schools. That's where I actually see flags more back in Nigeria. Yeah, interesting to see.
According to research, over 150 million American flags are sold every year. And it's not exactly known why people in the USA love to show their flag off so much.
It's beautiful colors.
Worldwide, the USA flag is the second most famous flag after the Union Jack. But no other country waves their flag as much as they do in the USA. Vote in the poll in the top right corner the most interesting common thing that doesn't exist outside the USA. I think it's spray cheese, as I'd really like to try that someday. If you guys want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching.
Wow, this was really amazing. I never knew any of these things. You know, it's so interesting to get to know some of these things that happen in America. I've never been to America. I'm kind of interested. Someday I definitely will visit America. So I'm getting to see things that, you know, happen only in America and don't happen anywhere else. Lots of the things they've mentioned here, almost all of them, I've never experienced them here. Like the part of the Black Friday, and I even back home in Nigeria, I've heard of the Black Friday. But when they say Black Friday, what I always think is like, you know, prices of things, you know, are like slashed into maybe like half or 80% or 20% off and all that. You get like good deals. And most times here in the UK, when they say Black Friday, you don't go to, you know, like, okay, you could go for shopping, but most times I just do my shopping online and like just buy things I know I can get like some prices cut out. But this is actually so interesting. Another part I really like is where they refill your glass when you go to drink in America, and refill is actually free. That's totally amazing. That shows the big heart. I have like very kind heart. But back in Nigeria, you have to pay, and here as well, I think you definitely have to pay. No one refills a glass for you free of charge. It's not done. Wow, it's so good to see lots of these things. I'm learning a lot from here. I really need to see more. Please do suggest videos. I need to know more about mostly America. So one day I visit, at least I'll be able to know some of the things happening there. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. From me, it's bye.